How many of you have worked their butt off just to find someone else gets promoted? How many of you have prepared for an important exam or job interview and didn't make it or didn't pass? How many of you have spent all their free time creating something, writing a book, creating a body of art, having had an amazing idea and project that you have worked on for countless hours, and then you show it to the world and it gets ignored, dismissed, rejected? How many of you have been pursuing a relationship or friendship and it just didn't work? You are left alone and your friend ghosts you and all your efforts are down the drain. However your personal defeat looks like, all of those feel horrible in the beginning, and all of those have something in common. You have put tons of love, energy, hard work, time and or money into a specific goal and you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve. Oh boy, that really hurts. Disappointment, emotional pain, anger, guilt, grief are completely normal and understandable reactions towards something we experience as defeat or failure. We experience a strong emotional response about things that were meaningful to us and the sense of loss we feel about it. In this video, I would like to share 4 steps with you to deal with feelings of defeat and failure in a more constructive way. I'm Christine Philipp. I'm a hypnotist and mind coach, helping people to overcome anxiety and self-doubt so they can fall in love with life again with more ease and confidence. So let's dive into the steps I promised to share that may shift perspective and help you to deal with defeat or failure in a more constructive way. Step 1. Let's be honest. Not getting what we want hurts. You most likely feel disappointed, maybe even depressed. You may find asking yourself, what's the point in all of this? You might feel like you failed, or worse, you feel like a failure, a loser, a waste of space. None of that feels pleasant or comfortable. And sometimes it even can be the door opener to go right into a direct personal crisis about life. You have permission to feel really bad about it and give it time to sink in. It's a shock to the system in the beginning, where sometimes we can't seem to be able to see the light. Just give your best shot at not beating yourself up too much to begin with. With time, you will create some space between you and what happened, and you can begin to collect your thoughts. That can be a good time to begin to accept the defeat as a fact. I know it sounds not really doable right after it happened, and it might take a while. Remember, you experience a sense of loss of something meaningful to you. Of course, you can't just brush it off. That's okay. Give it space and time, because when the emotional storm had some time to be digested and settle, you can accept it easier. And once you are accepting that it is now what it is, you can take the next step in dealing with it. And when you begin to deal with it, you can begin to reflect on what happened. And that could be step 2. Look with a clear head on what happened. Now that you have gained a bit of a distance. Was it something that happened out of your control? Something you could have done nothing about? That insight alone might ease your hurt mind and soul already, and you can leave that behind. It was not your fault. When it was something you could have done something about, you can now check in with yourself and find out what you could have done differently or could differently in the future. Which part did you play in the event that happened? Did you miss a certain skill? Maybe you were not as well prepared as you thought. What could be the missing piece? What is it that I can improve in the future? That is where you can begin to learn that the failure or defeat you have experienced hosts a lesson for the future. and hence is the feedback you can take new information from. And remember, stay away from beating yourself up. If you detect that you have made mistakes, that's fine. Mistakes are not a drama, it's just further education. Step number 3 to deal with defeat and failure would be to find some sort of meaning behind what happened, some sort of win and gain. Depending on what it was you were experiencing, you might find a gem that tells you, "Oof, thank goodness that didn't work out. It would have been a turn in the wrong direction for me." It may take a while and can often be only seen in retrospect while you are continuing on your path. I'm sure when you now would take a moment to look at your life, you will understand lots of things that happened in a different way and see them in a different light than when you were in the middle of the situation in the past. And so you might find out, thank goodness I didn't get that job at that time. It would have made my life much more stressful and miserable than now. Now I have much more time for other things I can enjoy. This might be also better for your mental and physical well-being. And you might find out that the skills, interests, and passions you have are much more in line with something else that you didn't see before when you were consequently following that other path. This leads me to step 4, finding and pursuing a new goal, a different one. There is no absolute in life, and what seems to be lost for now can be gained in a different way. Ride the waves of life with all the ups and downs. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. And when you set your eyes on another goal that can excite you, you will digest the loss you have experienced faster, and the experiences you have gained from that are becoming part of your new skill set, your wisdom, your toolbox, and who knows, next time you succeed. After all, it is all about learning and growing as a person. Everything we learn is helpful on our way to the next goal and achievement. As someone once said, a defeat worn with pride is also a win. I think that sums it up beautifully. So, keep going. I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, please share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay updated of all future videos. And yes, have a lovely day. Bye for now.